Yo, what is up? Does this light look a little too bright in here? Yeah, Tokyo Machines is really cool. I saw it in a group chat. Looks rad. How's it going, everyone? Happy Friday. Yeah, we're listening to some tunes today. Thank y'all for waiting. Let me switch over to the desktop. Baby's doing great. He's actually he's been a little he really lives up to his name, I gotta say, because when he doesn't get the attention he wants, the other cats, they're happy with whatever. They'll just hang out, entertain themselves with toys, and but man, when he doesn't get attention for a few hours, like when I'm streaming or something, he gets kind of vocal, starts meowing like a baby. All right, switch over to the desktop view here. See what we're working with. Look at these streaks. It's kind of a new thing, but Popcorn Pro 15 stream streak. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Junie is also 15. Art Nerd is 10. Something about that feels off. Okay, we already have 10 entries, so let's get going because I feel like it's, how much time do I spend per track? It's usually like 10 minutes, 15 minutes per track. Let's get started. What's up, Ession? How's it going? What's up, everyone? I know normally I say hi to everyone first, so good to see you, Noxel. What's up, Art Nerd and Eidolon? Excited to see what y'all are cooking up. Hold on. Let me open up Ableton. I don't even have Ableton open up yet. Oh, man, my energy levels have been so low. I gotta lock in here. Let's see. What you got for us, Ession? All right, let's take a listen. See what we got. Numi's bottom slave noises. You definitely have the most interesting track titles, I gotta say. Just double checking, you guys can hear that before I keep going here? Okay. Thank you. That's dope. I mean, even if the moaning and stuff feels like a joke, it actually adds a really nice kind of vibe to the track. I fuck with it. I like it. It's actually almost it's in the same key as Chromatically, so it transitioned quite nicely from the intro music for the stream. But anyways, in terms of feedback, I'm trying to think. I like it a lot. I think the only consideration I have for this idea, let's see. I think the starting stopping is cool. But it'd be cool if the that noise bass kind of moved with the chord progression that we heard before this. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it just sticking on that E flat. Maybe it could move to the F. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if it moved up to that F. Oh, absolutely, I know, yeah. Well, I like it a lot. I hope you keep working on it. I think the only other thing is, I mean, I wish I actually I think there's a way for me to do this now in console now that I have a UA thing, software stuff. I think if I throw an EQ on here, I should be able to isolate frequency ranges that are being played on my desktop. Let me check this out. Huh. It's actually, I think it's glitching out right now because this doesn't look right. But anyways, I'm going to ignore that for now. I was going to try to look through some specific frequency ranges, but I'll have to do a test stream and see what's going on. I might have to restart the console. It looks like it's glitched out. But anyways, thanks for sharing that, Ession. Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, it's like a year-old idea? Nice. You're going to copy Proteal. Proteal is sick. That's a Direct's side project, right? Or side project, I feel like. One of his projects. Moogard, what's going on? You got something to share with us? Wait, Discord? What is this? Can you send, like, the audio file? I got moderated? Oh. Moogard has been, do not click. I was like, what am I looking at here? Can you send, it's the Haywyre Discord? Oh, is it in there? In music production? Okay, I can open that up. Okay. I'll just do that. No offense, but probably safer for me. Click it. I mean, it's just gonna open up Discord anyways, isn't it? So let's go in here. All right. Music production. Where are we at? Wait. Oh, this would just take me to the specific. Okay, I got you. All right. I'll just go. I'll click it. I might need to sign in on here though. Nope. Okay. Sweet. Check it out. Cool vibe. cool vibe. Flamingosis vibes here. Very cool. Really, I love the idea from beginning to end. It's definitely giving me, Flamingosis vibes. And it reminds me a bit of Vanilla as well. Lots of good stuff going on. I think one thing I noticed, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to say this. It feels sometimes like some of the chords and their voicings, the voicings are fine. I think that it's more so the notes you're choosing to play and some of the low end feels slightly off at times. I can't put I'd have to listen through it again to give like exact markers for what I'm talking about. Most of the time it's totally fine. So like, for example, the main chord progression that kind of starts happening second half of the song. I think the first half was playing around mostly around with like the B minor 9 and then the D flat minor 9 or C sharp, whatever. But then it kind of moves more towards like something like this. And then it goes like the G flat minor 9 to that like fractionated chord, the B major over D flat, which I love. So in most of the time it feels totally fine. There's just a couple of like chords where it felt kind of like the chord was playing one thing, but then the low end didn't feel like it matched the voicing of the chord. So like, I guess as an example of what I'm trying to say is like, you'd hear like an A major 7, and then you'd hear like a C sharp in the bass line, which is fine. It's kind of like treating it as a first inversion chord almost, but it would be a little more satisfying to hear like the proper written note most of the time. And it didn't happen very often, so it's kind of whatever. But that was one thing that I noticed when listening. Other than that, it was just good vibes. Cool kind of like sampled Flamingosis kind of thing going on. Damn, my mouse look at how big my mouse gets. That's crazy. And really really enjoyed it. I think if I had more energy, I would have jammed out more on it. Maybe some minor mix suggestions as well. Like there's occasional like little harsh frequencies that pop through, like in those drums. Even something like slapping soothe and kind of playing around with it around some of the kind of like high mids, that kind of area. I know a lot of the character comes from that aggressive tone, but it could just be reduced a bit, I think. Other than that... interesting. Okay, so maybe sorry, I know I haven't been looking at your messages. Resamples from Serum Word. Yeah, so the I'm trying to think. I was hearing the beginning more as like a, B minor 9, D flat minor 9. But now I'm not sure anymore, having heard the rest of the song. Okay, I see what's going on here. So it's really it's all fractionated chords, basically. So you're going from like A major 7 over B to B major 7 over D flat. But then here it switches up. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it all works. There's no doubt about that. But either way, thanks for sharing, man. Hopefully that some of that insight helped. But any tips on how to cut the harshness down? Well, there's tons of really quick little things you can do. There's isolating frequencies. You can just throw an EQ on there. Best option I could think of is a Pro Q3 to just isolate certain frequency ranges. It's the inside guy. Get out of here. Yeah, isolating some of those higher mids, especially during that second half of the song, would be super helpful for you, I'd imagine. Then also something like Soothe could be really helpful. I love that with a plugin like Soothe, it's a bit on the pricier side, so maybe that's not the way to go. But even just something like Pro Q would be a good option to isolate those frequency ranges and just kind of like see, how different sounds are sounding in relation to each other in those frequency ranges. And yeah. Yes, exactly. Buy X Sound or however you say it, Soothe 2. It is a bit expensive, so, you don't have to go that route. It's just a very convenient, quick tool for exactly that kind of stuff. But you could get very similar results by just, at least with what we're talking about specifically right now. Let's say like you have a drum loop sample, like this later half of the song, like here. I can already picture just like moving that Q node around, and then you should be able to just like isolate that super easily with the headphone function on that Q, and you could just make it a dynamic, just a dynamic Q so that it can like compress that frequency range. You could also do something similar with like in Ableton, they have the free multiband compression option. You could try to do that. It's a little bit less intuitive. The interface, it doesn't let you kind of like pick and choose the frequency range in the same way. But you can still solo like one specific frequency range. So like, for example, here, Throw a multi-band dynamic on here. You could like solo the mids and then try to move the frequency range of that around like that until you have that kind of harshness isolated. So that you could do, that's a free option, you know, if you use Ableton, that is. And then you could mess with the settings from there to try to turn down that harshness a bit. But anyways, thanks for sharing. It's a really cool idea. Absolutely. All right, let's move on to the next one. Rowney, what's going on? You got something for us to check out? Also good to see you here, Caden. What's up, Hex Benjamin? Now, all right, he's got the link right off the bat. Cool, let's check this out. Sick. Really cool idea you have here. I think there's a lot of things that I like about what you have so far. Yeah, a lot of the sound selection, the structure is cool. I like that kind of starts off as kind of like this EEPROM kind of feel, I guess, or like maybe Ivy Lab, or I don't know exactly what. It's nothing that directly kind of pops into my mind in terms of reference music, but I get the vibe for sure. Yeah, sound selection, sound design is good. I think it does feel a little bit kind of like it feels like you could potentially consider a more interesting way to start the song. And it sounds like it's basically one layer at the moment for the intro. So there's room for, experimenting with the listener's expectations a bit more. Either way, once this section pops in here, maybe some foreshadowing. I like to use that word a lot during Feedback Fridays, I guess. But that's something I'm learning, is that I really like foreshadowing. You could have that little metallic maybe that's going on in the background during the intro. You also have this little melody. Maybe you have some of that in the intro. It could go like hold on. I don't know. I don't really like that personally, but just some stuff to think about to keep fleshing things out. I also thought that the vocals are a nice touch. I do think that it could be interesting to have like maybe a little bit of a fake out moment where maybe you take out some of the sound design, like some of the maybe just no drums for like a measure when the vocals pop in. And then right there, the snare could pop in, and then you could go back to the groove, or yeah, just another idea. I think there's just a lot of room to start, like building on what you already have here. So I like the idea. Yeah, I hope you keep working on it. Want to put a second drop rap, and we're proceeding with it. Cool. Hell yeah. Thanks for sharing. I like it. What's up, Eidolon? How's it going? Got any Vocaloid for us today? What you got for us? Or Blizzard, stuck in a Blizzard music? Or what was it? Was it a Blizzard, or what was going on in that track from, was that last week? I think it was. A Bulletproof. Blizzard in the Rockies. It was a blizzard. Look at that. My memory. Impeccable. All right, what do we got here? Bulletproof by Eidolon. Let's check this out.
See, I've been looking for a reason to keep going on, but I just can't seem to shake the feeling that I'm not doing it alone. Ooh, I built up a wall and I made it wrong, but it's not bulletproof. It's hard to see through. But if I fall too fast, I'm never going back.
Sick. Really cool idea. I feel like you always have very songwriting oriented structures in your music. I feel like outside of that kind of like lo-fi vibe you submitted last week, but I like the track, and this is kind of random, but I'm pretty sure you've submitted stuff with your voice on it, right? Is there a reason you tend to lean more towards Vocaloid stuff versus using your own voice. This one is Gumi. Gotcha. The one true god. Hakuna Amigo. I'm pretty sure you've sent us stuff with your own. Yeah, I thought so. I have done my own before. I'm curious because like oh, okay. You like it specifically because it doesn't sound human. That's totally fair. Yeah, it makes sense if it's like a strong creative choice. I would be curious though to hear your voice as well. What if it was like a duet? I just would love to encourage you to use your own voice more as well. Not that there's anything wrong with just kind of like going full Vocaloid, but I guess I hear a lot of original qualities in your music, and I gotta say there's not much music I hear in general that does have Vocaloid in it, but I'm thinking about like you as an artist and like your style and the things that are unique to you that only Eidolon can do, and incorporating your voice would be one of those things versus like technically a Vocaloid, as long as somebody has access to that software, they can they could do something very similar, which isn't a bad thing necessarily automatically, but I just think it'd be cool to hear more of the things that are unique to you, and that's why I was kind of thinking about hearing your voice on this track as well. But it's just a little bit of a nudge, because I know you really like Vocaloid, and I like hearing it too, especially because I'm not used to hearing it. But either way, let's go back to the track. I think that there's room potentially for the chord progression. Obviously a kind of a classic. I think there's some room for you to add some transitional chords in between there on occasion. I think there might be some in here.
Looking for a reason to keep going on, but I just can't seem to shake the feeling that I'm not doing it alone. Ooh, I built up a wall and they made it wrong, but it's not bulletproof. It's hard to see.
So, anyways, what I was thinking, I was just re-listening again for a second time for a brief moment there. I was kind of hearing like a little descending chord pattern. So you have like the G flat minor, A major, E major, going to the B major. Something like that could be cool. I also, now that I'm listening to this again, there's some small little things I'm gonna suggest as well.
See, I've been looking for a reason to keep going on, but I just can't seem to shake the feeling that I'm not doing it alone.
I think it'd be cool if the vocal inflection of like where the pitch and when the specific notes happen and going on match it alone, going on it alone. There's a way, probably I'm imagining, to edit it in a way where you can have the vocals be more matched in pitch and placement. But just kind of like something I'll throw out there. It's definitely a stylistic kind of preference, but it could make it more clear that there's an approximate rhyme going on there, and it feels a little more satisfying, I guess. But
Ooh, I built is wrong, but it's not bulletproof. Hey, it's hard to see through.
So here's another thing. I really think that this the ooh, I built up a wall, that is catchy, but it only happens once. I almost would love to hear like maybe like the bulletproof phrase could bulletproof. You know, maybe it could repeat with that word, because it's almost a shame it only happens once there.
I built up a wall, and they made it wrong, but it's not bulletproof. Hey, it's hard to see through. Hey, but if I fall too fast, I'm never going back.
Some cool sound design there, by the way. Anyways, that's just some food for thought, I suppose. So really appreciate you sharing that, man. It's always interesting to hear. It happens twice in the second verse. Got it. Oh, okay. When I do sing, I process the hell out of my voice. Yeah, trust me. I know that. I know the process. I've done that a lot in the past as well, and I love doing that. Obviously, like vocoders, formant shifters, whatever. But yeah, anyways, thanks for sharing, Adelan. Let's keep moving. Ghost Vanilla, what's up? You have returned. I'm curious, are we going to get another kind of like R&B vibe, or what are we getting this time? Oh, you brought it back. Isn't this the track? Or is it something new? Get a new one. Ooh.
I'm losing my
I know where you are. Tell me where you are. Where you are. Tell me where you are. I know where you are. Tell me losing my time.
Super interesting. It feels like a very kind of there's a kind of like suddenness and randomness that is just permanently there throughout the track that keeps your attention. It keeps you guessing. So that's really cool. I like that. It seems like you really enjoy doing that kind of like breathy, airy kind of quality in your voice. I like hearing that. It matches with a lot of the like chord and sound selections and stuff.
Tell me where you are. If you run around, tries to find a way to get into your heart. And I want it like you. Every little thing.
There are times where I'm getting some like Flylo vibes too.
I'm losing my
Yeah, lots of cool stuff happening. I think that like my main thing that I think the primary thought I have here is that as long as you're very intentional about that kind of and purposeful about the arrangement of the idea, then that's great. I think hearing this for the first time personally, part of me wants there to be a bit more structure and like a bit more guidance to take the listener through these like couple minutes and be like, here's what I want you to have walked away with, and have like something really specific, because there are a lot of things that stick out to me, like the a lot of cool textures and sounds and chords and cool vocal moments, and like that I'm losing my, that sticks out to me too. I think personally I would try to like focus on, let's say, like two things in the track, or even just one thing that you want to draw the most attention to, and build it a little bit more around that. But that's just my personal thoughts. I think it's also really cool to just have it be as is, and just kind of be like this this feeling of a song that keeps changing and evolving, and the kind of randomness is really dope. That's something that I've always appreciated about a lot of like Philo stuff, especially as older music. I feel like has kind of that quality to it where it's like you really never know what's about to happen next. You might be grooving to one sample and one tempo, and then things can switch up real fast. But either way, that's really dope. Thank you, Ghost Vanilla, for sharing that. It's really sick. Yeah, you have a very distinct sound, I feel like. Philo is Flying Lotus. That's yep, definitely. All right, what's going on, Avis? All right, we got a link from Avis. Let's see what we're working with. Oh yeah, I remember you had sent something recently. Let's see.
Still gotta let go. It's been, no, it's always been this way, 'cause no, still love you, gotta let go. It's been, no, it's always been this way, 'cause no, still love you, gotta let go. It's always been this way, 'cause
Cool. I like it.
Still love you, gotta let go.
It's a great idea. I like it from beginning to end. You have a strong strong intro, strong I don't really know exactly what to call it, but this section with the kind of like hip hop style drums I like a lot.
It's always been this way, 'cause
And yeah, I think the structure of the whole song makes a lot of sense. I think you have a really good track on your hands here. The biggest qualm I have at the moment is just specifically the mix down of your drop.
it's always been this way, 'cause
I think that you make a good point. It's kind of like I was curious to see what was going to happen at that moment where you had your comment take away some mids, because I do feel like that's an area that is kind of suffering a bit in the track. I think it's specifically the bass sounds are a bit too mid heavy. There might be some low end issues too. Probably not though. I think it's also for me the sound selection for the drums there is I think, well, first of all, taming that the mids from that bass will help a lot, and then the bass sounds afterwards as well. They kind of have the same. They all seem to be mixed in a way where the mids are a bit too intense. But beyond that, I think sidechaining is also not doing you any huge favors here, and it's
always been this way, 'cause
I think that it's hard to say. Like I personally I'm not in love with those sounds, like those the kick and the snare. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an opinion based thing. But I would search for different sounds. Personally, but they also feel like the transients. I'm not crazy about the transients in the sound specifically.
it's always been this way, 'cause
I really think just the mix of this section specifically, it's just, and some of the sound selection as well. That's your biggest enemy at the moment. But yeah, I think like specifically going through those different frequency ranges, I would honestly consider, just as an exercise, like this is just a random idea, but maybe try to open up another project file that's same BPM and just try to from scratch, like one element at a time, try to recreate this. And I find sometimes opening up a new project file or recreating an idea I've already had from scratch, it can create some interesting new results and be like, oh, actually, maybe this sound worked better here. Sometimes when I'm really deep in a project file and I've spent a lot of time, and I'm sure we spent a decent amount of time putting this together. It's like a 4-minute song. And you can kind of get into the sunk cost mindset where it feels like, oh, I've already spent a lot of time on these different things. I'm not saying this is the case for you. You may not have this issue, but I have this a lot. So that's why I'm kind of just throwing it out there just in case this is a helpful thought for you. But yeah, you can run into the sunk cost fallacy issue where you think that, oh, I've spent all this time and all these things, I don't want to mess things up too much because they're there for a reason. I've spent all this time putting it together like this, and you kind of don't want to touch it. It's like this house of cards, and sometimes when you let go of all that and you start from nothing, it can help you approach it with a new mindset of like starting from nothing. So it takes that element away from it. From the equation. So just a thought. It could help with executing this. I really like the switch up here, by the way, the second half of the drop. I think I like it more from a writing standpoint. I think you're really, once the mix and some of the sound selection is a bit improved here, I think that this will also be really cool, not just from a writing, but like just a general overall standpoint. One other quick thought I had for you, and then I'm done harping. But it's at the end of the drum and bass. Yeah. So the last suggestion I have is working on this transition will help a lot because you have obviously the BPM is the same, the chord progression is the same, but there's a pretty big vibe switch. And, you're going from kind of like this really quantized, heavy bass, drum and bass feel to obviously like a more kind of relaxed. To me, it almost reminds me a little bit of like Louis Vuitton, like kind of these like hip hop drums, less quantized. I think focusing on how to make that transition really work for the listener will be very important for you. I think early in the song, they're not side by side each other because you have this build in between, separating those. So you don't hear them side by side until this transition here. And a few thoughts, maybe filter the bass out like 2 measures beforehand, get some of the low end out, get the drums out of the picture as well, the drum and bass drums, and consider having some kind of fill from the less quantized drums, something that's a little bit sloppy to kind of like help with the transition back into this vibe. And honestly, you don't necessarily have to have the drums there right off the bat. You could even have a section.
You gotta let go.
I mean, it does make sense there. But anyways, I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's the last bit of the last thoughts I have. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for sharing. Can you please read your House of Cards project? Remedy had to take a phone call. It's I don't know exactly what I was saying. I think I was just talking about like sunk cost fallacy. Caden, what's up, man? You got something for us? All I was trying to say is that you spend a lot of time on something and you get really invested in it. It could be anything in life, right? Like maybe God forbid you're in a toxic relationship, but you feel like you've spent so many years with this person, so you have to stay. And that's kind of like a form of sunk cost fallacy, right? And it could be I'm not saying that like I'm not trying to give relationship advice here, but you get my point. I'm just saying like that can apply to project files too. Sometimes spending a lot of time on something makes you feel like it you can't touch things too much, otherwise it'll mess stuff up. All right, let's check this out, bro. This photo cracks me up. Looks like a wedding gig, but your expression is hilarious. It's very very interesting. All right, here we go. Cool. Yeah, I like it. I can see where this could go if you keep developing it. Let's see. getting a little sidetracked. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really have anything to say to this other than, you know, keep developing it. Like, I like what's here so far. Actually, I do have one thought. I don't know if that riff is your main melody. Right now, you're kind of treating it as if it is. And I go through this all the time. I make a bunch of melodies, and then I'm like, I don't know what to focus on. I don't know what feels like it should be like the exactly which melody should be where. I think you're maybe overemphasizing this melody. This feels like a little bit of a, you know, a post-chorus, post-drop kind of thing, or maybe like an intro melody like you have here. But I think that you have potential to add a different melody. Or something like that. And then afterwards you go back. But yeah, that's really all I have. Aside from that, yeah, keep working on it. I'm giving you homework right now, Caden. You are gonna come back next week with a full song sketch of this idea, and I will ban you from the stream for life if you don't. That is a threat. No, I would never do that. But you should come back next week with a new version of this if you have time. So yeah, keep working on it. I like it. Okay, then. Why did I find that funny? Thanks for sharing, Caden. I appreciate it. It's a really cool idea. Ban their ass. Oh, hi. Key is B minor. Don't worry about it. You don't need to tell me the key, brother. That's part of the fun for me. I like trying to figure it out. All right. Cherbour, Complex Candy. Very stereo sound. Feels different than what I normally hear from you.
No almond break, please. No almond break. I said no!
sick.
I said no.
All right, so this is obviously some kind of challenge that you were taking part in. I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to put this into the right words. I appreciate the way in which you produce your four to the floor ideas. I feel like there's always a lot of energy. You're always like adding unexpected switch ups. I see a lot of potential in your style. It's very kind of abrupt, and it feels like you're creating a lot of just moments of unexpected twists and turns. But still, I can see you're still focusing on trying to make it very dance floor friendly, which most of the time it is. So, first thing I'm going to throw out there that I noticed, I feel like there was some weird stereo stuff going on, and that's not always a bad thing. I've gone through phases. I used to produce and kind of make basically everything as stereo as possible, and I don't know, I liked the wideness, the feeling of making everything wide, and I don't do that as much these days. I kind of like prefer to keep a lot of low end a bit more mono, not necessarily because of phase issues, in part because of that, but like more so just because I actually like it better that way. I kind of feel like there's some parts of your mix that might benefit from less stereo in certain areas. Like this intro sound, I feel like there's some crazy stereo stuff happening in the mids, maybe even in the low end as well, but not necessarily a bad thing, but it was a bit too much for me personally. Yeah, all of your four to the floor stuff is really fun, man. Like you have a lot of like creative fills and moments and fake outs, and the energy is there. So like I think that's really cool about your style. Every submission you have, I feel like has a high energy four to the floor vibe going at some point, and it's really cool. So obviously I get what you're doing here with the halftime. Part of me wonders if it's a bit too soon to have that big of a switch up. It feels like something you might do towards the end of a drop, as like a footnote to what the main vibe is. It is interesting, kind of just like throwing it in there and then going straight back to the four to the floor, which is kind of what you do. But yeah, I'm still hearing a lot of like stereo weirdness. So I would encourage you to listen through like stereo only, mono only, of like the mix, maybe a few groups, and kind of like explore if there's maybe certain sounds that have too much stereo, or if it's all intentional, then like, hey, more power to you. It's like there's so much going on. It's really interesting.
I said no.
Okay, sorry. I forgot I can jump on my keyboard to different areas. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of all I have to say. I think like I think some more attention to detail from a mixing standpoint and from like an overall song structure standpoint, I think could really benefit. Like just I think how do I say this be very intentional with or be intentional with the decisions you're making from not just obviously your point of view. I'm hoping that you're like having a good time writing and producing everything that you're making, but also there is the potential to think of the listener a bit more and think about like, how is this the journey I want to guide them on, and like what is it like for a listener to hear this? Because I think it's very high energy, it's very dance floor friendly for the most part. It's a lot of unexpected things going on, and I think that's all a really great combo of elements. I feel like if you just tone it down a little bit in terms of the chaos, like sudden like edits and switch ups and stuff, it could make it even more digestible, if that makes sense. But you can also feel free to throw that notion out of the window, because who cares? It's music. It's all subjective, right? I'm just trying to throw out some perspectives just in case they might inspire or help on some level. But sometimes I just got to overproduce. Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, thanks for sharing. Okay, let's do a couple more. I really have to go to the bathroom, by the way. But let's listen to 2 more songs and then call it quits for today. It's some really good music. Y'all are making some bangers. To the bathroom now. Hold on. Let me get the BRB screen going real quick. Where are we at? I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Oh wait, it went away. Hold on. I'll be right back. Look who I found meowing outside of my room. Free baby redeem, yeah. I'm hooking you guys up. He looks so funny like that. All right, we'll let him explore a little bit. He's being really whiny. All right, let's get rid of this BRB screen. And let's check this out. What are we cooking here? Simon's music. Let's check this out. Thanks for waiting. All right. Oh, hey. Yeah, I remember you submitted some drum and bass in the past. Really good drum and bass. Let's check this out.
We're under fire, emotions are changing, and I don't know why. Down to the wire, I can't explain it, you've been quiet. So I pick myself up for the 100th time. I wipe my eyes and try the fake love. I don't know why I stay so silent. They notice me wide open. So desperately. We're under fire, emotions are changing, and I don't know why. Down to the wire, I can't explain it, you've been quiet. So I pick myself up for the 100th time. I wipe my eyes and try the fake love. I don't know why I stay so silent. They notice me wide open. So desperately.
Cool.
So desperately, I'm broken.
Sick. Okay, I have some thoughts. Nothing major. Really cool track overall. Cool production. The vocals are great. I think
I pick myself up.
I think the vocals might actually be a little bit over compressed.
For the 100th time, I wipe my
They might be also just sitting on top of the mix a tad too much here.
eyes and try the fake love. I don't know why I stay so silent. They notice me. Why I pick myself up for the 100th time.
There's also, I think there might be some kind of there's a strange effect that can happen sometimes on vocals, where sometimes if you're using like a de-esser really intensely, or baby, what are you doing, buddy? All right, he's claiming his territory. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, there's sometimes there are these strange qualities that come about when kind of like pushing a de-esser too far, or like I've noticed something in soothe where like if you try to soothe a vocal too much, it kind of creates this weird character tone in a voice, and I feel like I can hear that a little bit in this vocal. I don't know 100% if that's the case. But there's something in the processing chain that I feel like might be adding some unwanted character in the voice.
Myself up
Not all the time, but
for the 100th time. I wipe my eyes and try the fake love. I don't
just a thought. But maybe if you have a reference track for in terms of vocals, that could be really helpful. To do some A/B mixing, just specifically with the vocals. There's something really in terms of the production outside of that I have any issue with at all. One other thought I had too. Drop is cool. I like all the negative space. I love that triplet sound. It's really sick. I think there's room at some point in here.
know why I stay so silent. They notice me wide open.
I know I'm kind of judging this more based on the waveform. I don't even know how SoundCloud specifically displays waveforms, so this may not be accurate at all. But it's possible that having a little bit of a bigger dip here in like and track volume, aside from just taking like the drums out, could be nice to have a bigger impact for the second drop. May not really be necessary. But yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about is that yeah, I was just thinking about the dynamics of the song as a whole, and sometimes it can be nice to have a certain volume difference going from one section to another. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for you. I really like the idea. A lot of cool stuff going on. So thanks for sharing that, Simons. Really appreciate it. In what range did you hear that? If you're talking about what I was talking about with Soothe, I'm not 100% sure I can give you like an exact or even an approximate frequency range for that. And it's more just like a character, a tone thing, maybe also not really a texture thing, but just out of curiosity, can you tell me if you are using something like a Soothe on the vocals by any chance? Because I don't want to make you paranoid about something that's not happening. But are you using anything similar to Soothe or anything like that? Because if you are, then that might be what I'm hearing. Because I'm just throwing it out there because I've had that issue before. But yeah. Anyways, let's roll on to the next person. Thanks again for sharing, Simons. All right, off air FLP, what's up? You shall be the last one for today. Sorry, y'all. I didn't really make it through everyone today, but yeah, if you got something for us, and now would be the time to share it. Come here, buddy. Give him another minute here to find the link. Rigged, sorry, nah. You're good. All right. Let's check this out. Off air waves between us. Wholesome vibes. Good way to wrap up the stream. Cool. Cool. Yo, thank you for the follow, Leo Menfei. I'm late to this, but thank you for the follow, 400, Asnadel. Very sick. I like the whole idea from beginning to end. Very wholesome. Very gentle, soft, and yeah, great vibe. I liked it. Nothing really was out of place. Very smooth. Very smooth journey for a listener from beginning to end. I don't think there's anything I can think of that is some kind of like must-have feature in a piece like this, or in this piece specifically. What am I saying? But a part of me does wonder what the right vocalist might sound like on top of this. I love it as an instrumental. It's not really like, it's not like I listened to this and was like, oh, why are there no vocals? No, it's not like that at all. It's just a thought that popped into my head. It's like, oh, actually, like a really gentle, soothing, like female vocal or male vocal. Either way, I like it as is, but it was just a thought that popped into my head. This part in particular is great. Yeah, I mean, nothing I could really say. I don't think. Maybe there's room for... I wonder if you could foreshadow this somewhere at all. I guess you are doing that right here. Never mind. Cool. But yeah, thanks for sharing this off air. It's a really cool idea. Let me see. I'm gonna try to mute my mic here so that I can play this track on my speakers and see if baby likes the song. Hold on. I think it's baby approved. All right, y'all. I'm going to head out here. Thank you. Great submissions this week, by the way. Thanks, y'all. See you next time.